Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the principle of superposition. We have studied in class 11 that if at a place a number of forces are acting, then to find the net force at that place, what will we do? We will do the vector sum. So there we will use the triangle law, parallelogram law, whatever law is required to find the net vector sum of all the forces present at that point, right? So here we know that Coulomb's electrostatic force is also a force, so it is also a vector quantity. So that means principle of superposition holds good here also. Now according to principle of superposition, here in this case, it says that if a number of charges are present at a place in a medium, then the net force on a charge is given as the vector sum of all the forces between the other charges and the given charge, provided the individual forces between the given charge and the other charges remain unaffected by the presence of the other charges. What does that mean? So if we take three charges, we are taking the example of three charges here to make the thing simple, and then after we will generalize. Suppose I have charge Q1 over here. Let's say this is Q2, this is Q1, and this is somewhere Q3. So we have three charges, for example, to understand the concept of this principle of superposition, and then I'll state it. So if this is the origin, and if I want to find the Coulomb force, Coulomb electrostatic force between the charges Q1 and Q2, if we are considering all these charges are positive, what will be the direction of the force on this charge due to this? We know that both are positive, so that means if we are talking about force on this charge due to this charge will try to throw it away. This will repel it because these are like charges. So trying to throw it away means what will be the direction of the force? The direction of the force will be this way, right? And for these two charges Q2 and Q3, Q1 and Q3, now again these are similar, having similar polarity. So this charge will try to throw this away from it because this will also repel this charge. So what will be the direction of the force? This. Now this is the direction of force on 1 due to 2. So I am writing this force on 1 due to 2 is having this direction. And force on 1 due to 3 is having this direction. Right? Now just recall the parallelogram law of vector addition. We have studied in 11th standard that if we have a vector like this, another vector like this, right, then the resultant of these two vectors, these co-initial vectors, is given by the diagonal of the parallelogram, which is formed by the given vectors. So this gives the resultant according to your class 11th concept. So this resultant is the vector sum of these two vectors. So again, if in this case I complete the parallelogram, what will be the diagonal? Diagonal will be this, right? So this will give me the resultant force, or you can say the net force. according to parallelogram law. This was parallelogram law. This can be written as so the net force is the vector sum of the force between the first charge and the second charge and the force between the first and the third charge. So this is the vector sum. This is the principle of superposition, and the force between 1 and 2 is unaffected by the force between 1 and 3, or you can say the force between 1 and 2 is unaffected by the presence of this third charge. Force between first and third is unaffected by the presence of the second charge. So independently these forces act on this charge, but the net force on this charge is the vector sum of all the forces acting on the given charge by all the other charges present here. So I'll write the principle of superposition. Principle of superposition states that the net force on a given charge by a number of charges present around it is given as the vector sum of the individual forces acting between the given charge and the other charges. So we can write it like this also. If we have n number of charges, if we have n number of charges, that is q1, q2 up to qn, so we can say that the force on the net force on the first charge is the force on 1 due to second, the vector sum of the force on 1 due to second plus vector sum of force on 1 due to third plus force on 1 due to fourth plus and dash dash so on force on 1 due to nth charge. Right? So now we can find the formula. So this is distance of 1 from 2. So this will be the direction because I have to measure the distance of 1 from 2. Distance of 1 from 3, this will be the arrow. Now this is the position vector of 3 because this is the direction of this position vector from origin. This is R2 and this is R1. So I am finding the formula and then we will generalize it for n number of charges. So if I am writing force on 1 due to 2, this is along this direction and this is same as the direction R12 vector. So the direction of R12 vector is given by R12 cap vector. Direction of F13 vector is given by R13 vector. So you can write that this is the direction of R13 cap. I hope you understood. So if I am writing this force, this will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R12 whole square, magnitude of R12 whole square, into direction of this force F12. So this is R12 cap, because how do we write a force? This force 12 is given as the magnitude of force 12 into direction of force 12, right? So direction of force 12 is R12 cap. So this is what I have written. Then we can write F13. This will be magnitude of F13, that is 4 pi 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q3 upon R13 square into direction of F13. Direction of F13 is R13 cap. Right? Now, according to this, the net force on 1. If I mark this as equation, this complete as 2. So net resultant force on charge 1 due to charge 2 and charge 3. This is vector sum of F12 and F13. Yes, and this can be written by putting this plus We can take this common, and inside this can be written q1, q2, the first pair of charge, upon r12 whole square into r12 cap, plus q1, q3 upon r13 whole square into r13 cap. So we can generalize it for n number of charges. Generalizing for n charges at a place. So that means we can write the F net on first charge. This will be the vector sum of the force on 1 due to 2 plus force on 1 due to 3 plus and force on 1 due to n. I can write this expression using this concept only. So therefore this is equal to F12 can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. I can take 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught from all the expressions common, and inside for first pair of charge I can write q1, q2 upon r12 square and r12 cap, plus q1, q3 upon r13 square into r13 cap, plus and so on q1, qn upon r1n whole square r1n. This can be written as I can take q1 also common here, and rest of the things I can write in summation form, that is sigma form. Now we know that force pairs are starting from the second charge, second to nth. So force between 1 and 2, force between 1 and 3, force between 1 and n, up to force between 1 and n. So I can write that second charge will start from charge 2, that is I can write that I is equal to 2 to n, and this r1 I will be there if I am generalizing it, and this will be, so this way the second charge related terms I have written in the generalized form. So this is the principle of superposition. We can apply this formula to calculate the numericals based on this principle of superposition, and this will be more clear with the numericals only. So hope this much is clear. That's all for now. Have a nice day.